Should have brought my glasses.
Here we go, folks. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Here we go, folks. Start of the 2016 OCAA Women's Outdoor Soccer Season featuring your Humber Hawks against the visiting George Brown Huskies. My name is Jim Bialik. I'm in the booth with Brian Lepp. Brian, here we go. Humber last year won the division, played great soccer, come to the playoffs, had a little blip in the opening round of the playoffs, unable to score to a pretty tough Cambria team, and finished out of the medal runnings for last year. This year, very young squad. I believe there's only 3 returning players, 2 starters, so we'll see what the Hawks can bring to the dance this year. So we're just getting ready. The referee's checking the nets on both sides. Humber meeting at about the 40-meter line, doing their pregame preparations. So far this year, Humber, they played Conestoga College in an exhibition game a couple weeks ago and defeated them 2-0. Solid offensive effort and a great defensive play. So let's see what this young squad will bring to the Humber Hawks this season. Getting ready for kickoff. Rebecca Spratt is at center, a highly touted recruit. In fact, in her first college game, she scored 5 minutes into that Conestoga affair, putting the Hawks up 1-0 to stay. She's joining her sister, Rachel's in her 4th year at the Humber Hawks, so we have a Spratt family reunion here, including, you can even go one step further, their father played hockey for Humber in the early 90s, so certainly is a family tradition of putting on the blue and gold right now, but back when her dad was playing, the Humber Hawks were actually maroon, gold, and white. Welcome, Brian. How you doing today?
Good, Jim. How are you?
Good. Here we go. Humber looks to be in control early.
Yeah, so far they've been making some nice passes, moving around the field.
They're moving down the left side, attacking. I don't think George Brown has touched the ball as of yet. I think the whole part about what the women's soccer team is trying to do is establish control and tempo early. Getting the ball into the box. And George Brown clears it out. Challenge for the ball by Stephanie Spratt, and Humber comes up with the ball again. Very strong play by the Hawks. What I appreciate here, Brian, is the fact they're using the entire field. I think that's going to bode well later in the game. Tire out the defense, make them put them on their heels the entire match.
As you were saying earlier, Jimmy, I know this is a young team, a lot of rookies on the team, but Vincent Morrow, this is now their 21st season coaching the Hawks, so they have a lot of OCAA experience, and they should be able to coach these girls and teach them everything they need to succeed in this league.
Do you know, an interesting part about this team, and actually every Humber team nowadays, is that with the ability to utilize University of Guelph Humber students that are on campus, you've got a 4-year athlete now. The traditional college system is 2 years. And Humber, treating their athletes well, they do get athletes coming back for double diplomas, but the fact you have a true 4-year athlete allows you to take a young skilled player and put them, get them prepared to play at this level. Oh, gee, Humber with a cross and a header just missing the outside of the post.
That was Caitlin Bishop. She's a freshman from Toronto, and it says here she's 6 feet tall, and you can clearly see that on the field. She's a lot taller than these defenders, so expect a lot of crosses from Humber to get her some headers. She just missed that one there.
The interesting part about here is in the recruiting, obviously, they brought in a number of skilled players, but they brought in size. I don't think I've seen, here's a shot on the net. Keeper controls it comfortably for George Brown. The ball's coming up the other way. This will be the first time that the ball will actually be going up the field in favor of George Brown. Pretty weak kick by the keeper. But as to finish my thought there, Humber is big and strong. obviously athletic, but I don't think I've seen the number of girls that are this big. And that, again, that's going to bode well for, as you said, for balls that are being played into the box. If you can out jump and control the ball, that's going to make the difference of potentially 2 or 3 scoring chances per game, but also probably a goal. I think that may play in their favor.
Yeah, so far through 3 minutes, there hasn't been a score, but Humber's had pressure on the entire 3 minutes. I don't think George Brown has been able to bring it over half yet.
Yeah, here's a throw-in for George Brown. It does, but it's controlled by Humber. Ball's down. It is in play on the far side, just in front of the George Brown bench. Again, completely controlled by the Hawks. There's one of the probably their go-to player, their captain, Alexandra Giannoni. She is controls it back. Again, her Alexandra herself is a big girl, and you do have to have somebody in that position that can control and win balls.
So once again, the Hawks bring it over half, and they're making some good passes back and forth, and they're spreading the field, but that one just gets away, and it's going to be a keeper ball for George Brown.
I'm sure the coaches are seeing this from our point of view up here in the box here. There seems to be a lot of openings, a lot of open field for the Hawks to move the ball. That time, they did move the ball. Unfortunately, it was a little too far, but there was a good 10 feet between a defender and the potential ball. Here the Hawks steal the ball. They're inside the box. Potential shot on net, off the goalie, and out of bounds. Corner kick Hawks. Early in this game, Brian, take a look at the keeper for George Brown. She struggled a little bit there. I don't know what the conditions are in the field, but that ball there looked like it should have been played by her hands. Tripped up and actually knocked the ball out of bounds herself. So here's a corner kick. This is going to be a key to the Hawks this year. They need somebody who can get the ball up in the air, and a terrific corner kick. Hawks in control. Down the baseline. Pass out front. They shoot. Oh, great save by the George Brown keeper.
That look from here, that looked like Rebecca Spratt, who you were talking about earlier, Jimmy. So she's had 3 shots on net already, so it's just a matter of time before she finds it back.
It looks like the George Brown goalie is down. Again, we don't have the ability to look at a replay here, but I believe she may have got the ball high. She may have taken it off of her face, and she's down, surrounded by a number of teammates. Still on the ground. That's probably close to a minute already down here. She's getting up right now. In warm-up, Brian, I don't know if you were watching, but I did not see a secondary keeper here for George Brown today. There was nobody taking balls, so...
Yeah, I don't see anyone sitting on their bench, so that could be a big factor in today's game. It looked like Rebecca got a little piece of her when she was trying to kick in that rebound.
The thing I like about this Hawks team, when I saw them earlier, is they work hard. Again, a very young team. They're here. I think they want to earn playing time early, and I think they want to let the coaches know that they want to be on the field and they want to be a difference maker in this game. Stephanie Spratt back to the keeper. Again, I can't stress this enough. The Hawks are using the entire field, which is impressive right off the bat. George Brown has got to switch their position every time down the field. Here they go down the left side again. They've been doing this a lot. Ball's kicked out of bounds by the George Brown player. Again, Hawks in control. How many times, Brian, has George Brown controlled the ball at all over the center line?
Maybe for 2 or 3 seconds, but that's about it. And it's already 7 minutes of game time.
Humber's had three shots with one incredibly great scoring chance. Here's the ball to the keeper again. And the Hawks retreating. Let's see if the George Brown keeper has a bigger leg. No, she's going to release the ball to her right side to her teammate. Ball's out.
That's number 21, Emily Terabassi. She's putting the pressure on there for Humber.
George Brown throw-in about the 40-yard mark in their own end. Long throw-in. She has thrown the ball. Actually, the ball is out of bounds. She didn't even get the ball into play there. It'll be Hawks ball right in front of the George Brown bench. George Brown controls the ball through the throw-in. Humber again with the ball. Let's see if they reverse the ball to the right side. They do. This was a strong part of the Hawks game in their exhibition game, is going to the right. They've been going on the left significantly today, but here they are in the middle, down the left side, and again, Humber players got about 10 yards with nobody competing with her.
Looks like Rebecca Alto tried to put one on net for Cindy Bishop, who we were talking about earlier, who's 6 feet tall, but she just wasn't able to get there, and it was an easy save for the keeper. And her clearance goes out of bounds, so it's going to be Humber's ball once again.
You know what? It's been all Humber so far earlier in this game, but soccer is a unforgiving game at some point, especially with teams falling back and looking to play a scoreless or a counterattack. And so it'd be really important for the Hawks, even though they dominated, to get one in and then move on from there. You want to score. You want to force the other team to have to go on the offense. Here's the ball in the middle. Hawks fighting. They're in control. I'm just trying to see who that is. I believe that was Stephanie Spratt as well. Ball's in the box. Oh, sorry, it was Rachel Spratt. Check that. George Brown's ramp steal by Humber just outside the box. A ball into the box. The shot. Great save by the keeper. And a clear by George Brown. Humber controls the ball again.
Once again, there's another scoring opportunity by Rebecca Spratt, the younger sister of Rachel. That's her third shot on net so far. So she's been very aggressive. We're through 10 minutes of game time already.
Again, the ball is being played up the left side of the field. The Hawks, obviously the coaching staff has seen maybe something they can go after here. Ball is back in the box, cleared by George Brown. Humber again controlled the ball. They're in the middle. Great play moving up. Release the ball to the right. Are they going to continue to the right? They do. And just a little too vehement a shot, and the ball goes out of play.
So starting in net today for the Humber Hawks is Vanessa Fiore. She's a first-year goalkeeper, so she's making her OCAA debut, and she's from Brampton. And so far she hasn't had very much action.
Challenge for the ball at the 30-yard line. George Brown controls. Here they come up for their first, but no. A little quick on the draw there, and Hawks control the ball. Long ball down the left side. Challenge. For the ball, Humber steals the ball, number 11. Rebecca Spratt again. Rebecca, she is all over the field. It's just a matter of time before her and Bishop combine to put the Hawks ahead here. I'm just taking a look at Rebecca there, Brian. She played her first game with a protective covering on her arm or wrist, but she doesn't have it on now, so I would assume that she's 100%. And with that not being on, I'm sure she's going to be a little bit more aggressive, feeling that she's not putting herself in a position to get re-injured.
Yeah, this year Humber features the two Spratt sisters. Rachel's the older sister, and she plays defense.
And they score! Did you get that one, Brian?
Yeah, it was a huge goal. That was Julia Zanardi. She's a freshman, but that's all the Humber coaching staff's been talking about, telling us how good Julia's going to be this year.
Let's run that down for you. Julia took the ball over at the 40. He had just carried the ball up, a couple moves across a couple George Brown defenders, and buried the ball in the right side of the net. Hawks up 1-0 at about the 12:30 mark of the first half.
Yeah, that was big. Julia, that's her first OCAA goal, and there's going to be a lot more to come from what everything Vincent Morrow's been saying about her this year. So George Brown started with the ball, but Humber quickly got it back. And once again, they're just playing a possession game. Haley's going to pass it to Rachel, who brings it up. Brings it outside to Cindy. That's number 7 there, Haley Mackey. She's a first-year forward.
Put the ball on net. You know what was great about that goal, Brian, by Julia, was the fact I think she's identified that the Husky goalie's been struggling a little bit there. I don't know if it's the new cleats or on the turf she's struggling with, but she certainly hasn't had her footing. So Julia got just outside the box and let her rip, and I think we just saw that a second ago with another Humber attack. So maybe they're going to change their plan now and just attack the net from anywhere outside the 18.
That was a nice play there by Hawks veteran Rebecca Alto. She got the ball back and back to midfield. So once again, George Brown barely gets it over half before they turn it over, and their goalie just kicks it out of bounds right at the Hawks bench.
Got to appreciate Caitlin Bishop's the way she's attacking there. She's taking 2 defenders with her and actually forcing the keeper to challenge every ball from the goal line out at least 15 yards. I think they identify the fact that her size and her skill, if she does get control of the ball, it's going to be trouble for the visiting Husky team.
Well, you can just see from up here how she towers over those Husky defenders. So just getting a ball up to her to get her head on shouldn't be a problem at all.
Little foul, Husky ball coming back again. You probably count on one hand or even less the amount of times that the Huskies have had any type of control over center.
Yeah, so far it's been a clean game. I believe that's the first free kick that we've seen, and we're already at the 15-minute mark of the first half.
Conditions here are, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Etobicoke at Centennial Park Stadium. A little breezy, but actually the soccer pitch here is been designed that they have berms all the way around. So although up in the stands we may be feeling a little bit breezy conditions on the field, I don't think it's affecting the game whatsoever at this point.
So once again, the Hawks have the ball, and their passing seems to be on point today. Very few turnovers, and whenever they do, they get it back right away from George Brown.
Haley Mackey, they're just trying to be the quarterback there and get everyone in line. Now the ball goes all the way back over the left side. They've been attacking this. Rachel Spratt has got to be the reason they're going down the left side, Brian. Everything, she's on that side, and everything's generated from her. Here she takes the ball, cross, unable to get it up.
There's
shot from outside.
Her shot's blocked, though. Rachel makes a good play to get back to her teammate, Janone. They've been playing together for a couple of years now.
Yeah, they're best friends. Actually, if you do get a chance to look at the program or come to school, they're the poster players this year, and they've been so for 2 years. The coaches get to select the players, and it's based on a number of things. One is their commitment to the program, and they've certainly shown that. Hawks trying to break through. George Brown controlling the bottom. A little bit of a foul as the Hawks try to move forward. George Brown player hits the ground. Free kick. George Brown just outside their own box. Brian, you mentioned the coaching staff, Morrow and Vince. Little story for, I don't know if you know this, but Morrow and Vince, they went to school together, played soccer for York University together. And the biggest thing about Morrow and Vince is they are the only coaches in the history of the women's soccer program. I'm not sure if you knew that.
Yeah, I did know that. They combined, they have over 150 wins as a coaching staff, which is they have the most all time for any program at Humber.
You know what? The championships. The interesting thing about soccer at Humber, it doesn't just end on the outdoor pitches. There is an indoor program. And they've won as many indoor championships as they have outdoor championships. So that's what's terrific about soccer at Humber is the ladies who wear the blue and gold virtually have 2 full seasons. They have an outdoor season now, and they have an indoor season. So they get a chance to attack pretty much unlike any other athlete in the OCAA. They got a chance to win 2 provincial championships in a given season.
Well, it's good because it also keeps them fresh all year long.
Ball to Rachel in the middle.
Then they go and play for their club teams during the summer, so they're basically playing soccer all year long.
Yeah. Just going to touch on that as well. It's very much like baseball and softball, Brian. It's the fact that soccer, in their club is played in the summertime. So when you get to this part, it's almost can be viewed as their playoff. Every regular season game and every playoff game could be viewed as a playoff because they should be coming in at their peak, which means their skill level should be at its highest. Maybe a few bumps and bruises along the way, but there's certainly the learning curve, with the exception of new players, should be pretty limited here.
Well, I was just looking right now, and do you see how many players that George Brown has on their bench? It looks like they have maybe 4 or 5 spare players, and Humber has a whole army over there, another 11 players sitting on their bench. So a key to this game would just be outrunning George Brown, getting them tired because they don't have the subs that Humber has.
Yeah, exactly. So George Brown does having a little bit of pressure in the Humber zone. Coming up just in front of their bench area, there'll be a throw-in for George Brown.
They still don't have a shot on net. That could change here, as we approach the 20-minute mark of the first half.
Again, for those just tuning in, it's 1-0 Humber Hawks. Who scored the goal, Brian? You've got that.
Freshman Julia Zanardi. That was her first OCAA goal.
George Brown's challenging here. They got the ball out the front, but great play by the Hawks. And they got moving the ball up.
For the younger Spratt, she's dancing around midfield, and she kicks it out to Alto.
And just unable to control the ball. Interesting, Spratt now has played the majority of the game on the left wing. Now is assumed pretty much a role in the midfield. So I think the coaches have changed things up a little bit. Maybe they are going to try and attack the right side of the George Brown.
Yeah, there's some impressive footwork from her.
Well,
that pass goes out of bounds, so George Brown's going to get their first corner kick of the game.
Yeah, big mistake by the Humber Hawks. Their Hawk defender kicking it back to their own keeper. Kicked it out of bounds just beyond the net. So George Brown, this is their first legitimate attack on the net. Let's see if they can get some air under the ball.
They're
going to play short ball.
Yeah, you saw Caitlin Bishop come all the way back on defense there because, that's going to be a foul. So George Brown has a free kick again. You
take a look at that ball, Brian. We're talking about 2 feet outside the box. So a step or two, and that potentially could have been a penalty kick. But George Brown's bringing up a defender there, probably a lady with that would have a strong leg. And I think at this point, being this close, I think they are going to want to get the ball up in the air and challenge the Hawk defense.
Yeah, Bishop's back, though, so she's got the height.
It is up in the air.
And she gets the header, too. So, of course, that's a good call by the coaches to bring her back on that because she towers over everybody, and she seems to be able to find the ball.
Humber's unable to clear the ball here. This is interesting because being a young Hawk team, we have to see how they handle pressure. And George Brown, for the last 3 minutes or so, has kept control of the ball. They really haven't had a lot of chances with the exception of the corner. But Humber hasn't been able to control and distribute the ball to the right or left.
Yeah, that ball is about 6 feet outside, but that was the closest one George Brown's got to the net so far. So they're putting some pressure on.
Rachel Spratt up the right side, and they're going to attack on this side. They're down to the 20-yard line into the box, and it looks like the George Brown player is unable to control and actually corner kick, Brian.
Yeah, let's see what the Hawks can do here. It looks like Haley Mackey's going to go out and take it, and she's a freshman from Waterloo.
Let's see what kind of leg she has here. It's key that they can get the ball up in the air into the box here. We do have height. Ball's up in the air. Good ball. Kicked out by George Brown again. We're going to replay that all over again. I think she was pleased with the kick, but I think a little bit more air under. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, a little bit more air. Where is Bishop off? I don't see her now. She must have came off for a breather.
Ball's into the middle. Just directed the ball into the. I think I see Bishop over near the water tank. Yeah, she's over there taking a little bit of a break there. She has been pretty aggressive early, chasing down all the balls. We don't know. Potentially when she played the ball out with her head there, I'm not sure if she just needed a break.
Well, it is pretty warm out there, and they're playing on turf, so the turf attracts the heat, and you can really feel it coming up at you. So running back and forth can really drain these athletes. And since it's their first game, their conditioning is not going to be as high as it would during the middle of the season.
Almost a long shot here. She sets it up again. She's a goal scorer. And she...
Nice save by the keeper.
Wow, it went through her on the goal line, and she caught it with her back leg. So that's worth taking a look at later, Brian. I think when we go home to check out the YouTube, we're going to get another look at this. Actually, we have the replay here.
Just squeaks through her legs, but it goes up. That was Stephanie
Humber's in the box. Handball. Oh, no call by the official. George Brown may have gotten a break there, but Humber's now in control here. They're certainly utilizing the midfielders here at this point.
And Janone passes. Oh, no, that's Gutierrez. She passes to Spratt.
Spratt bring it down. Not a great decision, but she's going to get the ball back. Humber again.
She was trying to set up her little sister there for a goal-scoring opportunity.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be a Humber ball for a corner kick. Certainly is. There we go.
That was odd. The George Brown defender just let that ball go out of play.
Yeah,
she didn't try to stop it at all.
I think she may have thought the referees might made a call the other way, but you know what? The side official was right there. He made the call to assist the head ref right away.
There's 20 minutes to go in the first half, and
Ball's
another corner
down
by Humber.
Here's going to be a long shot, and it looked like it hit George Brown player again. Humber's benefit of these corner kicks, that's, if I'm counting right, I believe that's 3 corners already. This will be number 4. Sorry, my mistake, and we go to our statistician. This is number 5 corner kick here.
Yeah, Haley Mackey, once again, she's been taking all the corners.
I think this is where she wants to kick it. I think she wants to kick it from this side, being a right-footed. This way she can spin the ball into the box. So I think this would be probably her best position for a corner. Let's see if you get it up in the air. It is up in the air. Great corner. Terrific corner. Just missed, and it's out of bounds. Goal kick, George Brown.
It didn't look like anyone could get up high enough. Maybe it was a little bit too high. That would have been perfect for Bishop if she was on, but she's taking a breather still.
Early in the season, you got to appreciate that. That was the best of the 5 goal kicks she's taken, so that could bode well as we go down later in the season. Look at this. Humber's taking away that short ball by George Brown. Smart play by number 4, Zoe Longworth there. Taking that short ball away, forcing the Huskies to put the ball probably down the middle. And the Hawks have controlled the middle.
Yeah, their keeper wasn't even taking that. It was one of their defenders.
Hawks misread this and had the ball out of bounds. Throw in for George Brown. Again, for those people just joining us, the Humber Hawks are leading 1-0. We are 27 minutes now into the game. It has been all Humber Hawks. And they've been working the right side of the field. Again, now they're going all the way to the left side, which has been their bread and butter today, Brian.
Well, they've had possession for about 80% of this game so far, and they've been dominating. They've already had 5 corner kicks.
They got control down low. There's a pass, and it is scores.
Nice goal.
Maybe trying to get the number of the goal scorer here.
I saw Spratt pass the ball.
Yeah, it's number 4, Zoe Longworth.
Yeah, Spratt made a perfect pass to Zoe, and she was just able to chip it over top of the goalkeeper's head. So now the Hawks are up 2-0 in the 27th minute of the first half.
Do you know what, Brian? I took a look at that, and you got to take a look. Spratt comes into this her college career as the goal scorer, the go-to player. But I am very pleased see the way she distributes the ball. unselfish. You saw that earlier when she got the ball to Bishop down low. What is your impressions of Rebecca today?
Well, her footwork is very impressive, and she doesn't look, even though it's her first OCAA game, she doesn't look nervous at all. And it's like she knows exactly what to do and where to be at all times. And she's been in good position to help her teammates. And it shows so far as it's already 2-0 for Humber with only 17 minutes to go in the first half.
I just want to go back to the goal scorer there, Zoe Longworth. Again, she's a first-year forward Toronto, but George Brown had a goal. He had the free kick. They had a George Brown player spread to the left side, and it looked like they're going to play a short ball, and Zoe cut that off, had her change her mind. Ball went up the middle. Humber controlled, went down the left. Zoe cut into the middle and was able to get the ball. So, you know what? It's like pretty much any other sport. You play without the ball, you get rewarded. And I'm going to put a star next to Zoe Longworth for her play there.
Well, so far with the young team, we're going to see a lot of firsts. And so far this game, we've already seen two Hawks score their first OCAA goals. So it's a big day for both those student athletes.
I am duly impressed so far. Just seems that the Hawks, the back line, is control everything here. But they've been able to attack both the right and left side of the field. And with Julia Zanardi ruling the midfield, she's been able to push people back and make good decisions. She scored that first goal, and it was just a rocket. They gave her a little bit of space, and she took it.
Yeah, it was a very nice goal. But once again, Humber's pressing.
They're in the box. George Brown has no choice but to just kick the ball out.
So we've just passed the 30-minute mark of the first half, and right now it's 2-0 Humber College, and we have goals from Zanardi and Longsworth. Most of this game has been dominated by the Humber Hawks, and as they have the ball in George Brown's half for majority of the game, they've had 5 corner kicks already, a bunch of scoring opportunities, and they've been playing keep away from George Brown all day.
Nice ball again by Julia Zanardi, trying to attack from long distance. I'm just going to pick another number out there, Brian. Healy Mackey, number 7, right in front of us, has played incredibly intelligent ball right here. If there's no way to take it forward, if no one's spring there, she reverses the ball and then moves into the play.
Well, you can see the coaching staff really trusts her because she's been taking all of the corner kicks so far for Humber. And there's a few opportunities they've had on those corners that they've just missed adding on a couple more goals.
Just going to go back to last year. I think that was one of the weaknesses of this Hawk team is they were strong with the scorers in the middle. Their strikers were strong, but they weren't able to take advantage of those. Mackey with incredible footwork, long shot, and wide. And that was number 15. That was Stephanie Gutierrez. The way they're kicking from the longer distance, I think the coaches have told them to attack and get the ball into the box. Steal by Mackey. Ball's up. Great ball to Spratt. Spratt is almost in the box. And, what an intelligent play.
Very heads up. She runs out of real estate, so she kicks it off the George Brown defender, and it goes out of bounds for a goal kick. And once again, Mackey's taking the corner.
Number 6, this is a terrific corner kick in. The ball's down.
The goalie came way out of the net to play that ball, and she missed. Humber had a big opportunity there. They just couldn't find the ball. But George Brown clears it, and Humber's going to get the ball back.
As they run down the field and run down the field and run down the field. This is a beautiful stadium, Brian. Last year, this was the park for the men's OCAA championships, which the men's Humber Hawks team took home the title on this very pitch.
The Humber soccer team, they also have they're also playing in new kits this year, sponsored by Nike. So both teams are fitted with new uniforms. And what do you think of them so far, Jimmy?
You know what? I like them, Brian. They've gone with the traditional Humber across the chest, and this is unique. I think this is a new look for soccer. Again, anytime you can get the blue and the gold out on display, and I think whoever designed these did a real good job. I'm interested to see their away uniforms. I heard they're striking as well.
So George Brown has the ball in the Humber end, and their throwing goes out of bounds, so now it's going to be Humber's ball once again.
George Brown unable to control the ball.
They just haven't been able to get anything going so far. Just everything they try to do, Humber's D just swarms.
Here we go again. We've got Stephanie Gutierrez just playing incredibly strong in the mid there. Big girl, great footwork. Her work ethic has been non-questioned so far at all. In the middle of the Spratt to Spratt here. How about that, Brian?
I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of that this year.
Yeah. George Brown, good control for George Brown coming at the middle. Again, they're going to go to the right side. It's going to be a challenge ball, but it looks like Humber's going to get the ball with a throw-in just in front of the George Brown bench. What time we got there, Brian? 35 minutes in.
Yeah, just less than 10 minutes to go in this first half, and it's 2-0 Humber with goals by Julia Zanardi and Zoe Longsworth. Both freshmen, both recording their first OCAA goals today.
If I'm doing the math right, there's 16 freshmen on this Hawks team. 16 freshmen.
You can't tell. They're playing incredibly well today. They look like they've been playing together for a while. Their passing's been really nice.
Humber does an interesting preseason ritual. They've been doing now, Brian, for about the last, I think it's about 8 years now, is that they head up to Collingwood, both the men's and women's team, for team building and team training, and just the ability to you're going to be with a team. Brian, you played a lot of ball. You know what it's like if you're with a group of people for 3-4 months at a time. Anytime you can have the opportunity to get to know them off the field, certainly creates a better feeling on the field.
Of course, chemistry plays a big part in sports.
Is this? We're just looking at our statistician. This is how many? This is the 7th free kick. Another good ball by Mackey. Ball's in the middle. Humber's got the ball in the middle. Take a look, Brian. I'm looking here. I'm looking at 10 George Brown players, probably within 15 feet of each other, all in the box here. So there's certainly not going to be any counterattack on any balls that come forward at this point.
Well, the last thing they want to do is give up another goal because it's going to be tough to score 3 on Humber in the second half. But they also have to jump on some opportunities, and they're going to have to leave themselves susceptible to counterattacks from Humber. If they're going to try to get back in this game, they can't play defense. They're going to need a couple goals, so they're going to have to be aggressive. And
Humber controls the ball off George Brown kick. Looking for Mackey on the side. I think she's going to get there, and she's got a strong leg. She's proved that over and over again. Julia, just another corner kick.
Corner number 8 coming up for Humber here.
I think Mackey might be getting a little tired there, but looks. You know what? As I say that, Brian, I'm not a coach here, but I was just thinking the same thing. You know what? Maybe give her a little bit of a rest there, and they did. Number 16,
Taylor Thompson.
Actually, I was talking to the Thompson family earlier. They got mom and dad, and Graham and Gramps here. Great corner by Taylor. Hawks just. Ball over the post, and it looks like another corner for the Hawks.
Who was that? Was that the younger Spratt?
I think she outjumped. Yeah, I think she got off her feet. Taylor Thomas, as I was saying, a shout out to Mom and Dad and Graham and Gramps. I do believe they're going to go online tonight to watch this video, and hopefully another good ball by Taylor and another corner. I'm just going to mention, Brian, it's with 38 minutes in. Interesting coaching decisions have to be made here. You're up 2-0. You score again. The game is, in soccer terms, is pushing to be out of reach. So what do? Do you get everybody in, get some playing, or do you extend your starters to allow them to be able to, down the end of the season, be able to play in bigger, important games where they have to have that fitness?
Well, it's a tough decision for the coaches. If it was me, I think I would get a bunch of the other freshmen in there, get them some OCAA experience, because you never know throughout the season with injuries what's going to happen and who you're going to need to call upon. So the more experience each student athlete receives, the more prepared you are for the playoffs.
Injury is a part of this game, so I'm going to side with you on this one.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is one of your star players, one of your starters, to get hurt in a 3-0 game as well, or it's in the second half.
There is again, I'm 100% with you because it's early in the season. They got a lot of soccer to be played before they get down to playing in a playoff type of situation. Great pass for the Hawks. There's a breakaway shot and scores. That's number 2, Brian. Number 2, Zoe Longsworth.
That was a perfect setup pass from Haley Mackey, who's been setting her teammates up all day, and finally she gives a nice clearing to Zoe Longsworth for her second goal. So in her first OCAA match, she's already has 2 goals, and it's 3-0 Humber Hawks as we approach the 40-minute mark.
Look at that, Brian. 40 minutes in, and I'm just trying to figure out who the SAA player of the game for the Hawks potentially is. You guys saw Rebecca Spratt over the first 30 minutes control the entire match. And then you've got the first goal by Julia Zanardi, which was just a rocket. Mackey with 7 corners, and then an incredible setup there. And you can't discount the goal scorer. Someone puts the ball in net, and Zoe's got 2. So
yeah, and don't forget Vanessa Fiore making her debut for the Hawks. She has a clean sheet going right now too. She hasn't been particularly busy, but she still has a clean sheet nonetheless.
Yeah. I like what the Hawks are doing now at 3-0. They're pulling the ball back, and they're going sideline to sideline with just over 4 minutes in. I do believe I'm not sure we're going to get an injury time signal, but I'm sure there's going to be a minute of injury time or so when the goalie went down. Mackey with another incredible cross. Just missing number 5, Alicia Prasad.
She's in her 4th year with the Humber Hawks. She's one of the few veterans left on this team.
I'm just taking a look at the stats here, Brian. We're talking the Hawks are 6 feet, 5'9", 5'11", 5'8", 5'9", 5'8" again. This is a pretty big squad.
You can really tell the height mismatch from up here in the booth. You can easily see it, how much taller and bigger the Humber Hawks are compared to the George Brown Huskies. And it's really shown in this first half.
Look at their work in the right side of the field here. That's interesting because, I'm sure fitness comes into play here. I don't think they want everyone on one side to be exhausted, so they're really working Mackey and Spratt on this side. George Brown player unable to control it. Taylor Thompson with the ball. She puts it in net. Clean pickup by the George Brown keeper.
Did you see Zoe Longworth there? She was all over the goalie waiting
and she
for
steals
that
the ball.
rebound.
She's trying to get it to Spratt.
She's looking for a hat trick.
If they keep her out there in that third or that second half, I think she may have the opportunity to do that. She is she's looking for it. And a long shot from outside and just wide.
How neat would that be, your first OCAA game? You score a hat trick?
That would certainly turn some heads in the OCAA. right now, I don't know for those people who are unaware, the OCAA has 3 divisions. It's unique to have 3 divisions. So there's 3 scoring champions that come into play here. So you get yourself in that discussion early. 2 minutes to go before injury time kicks in. Wow, that's a physical play by Stephanie Gutierrez.
Eric, did you say something?
Humber's been controlling the possession game all day long. George Brown's probably brought it over 3 or 4 times, but Humber's controlled the ball about 80% of this game, and they don't seem to be letting up at all. Their passing has been exceptional all day.
Thompson down the wing. Let's see if she's got the big leg ready to go. So she's teeing it up. And she's forced oh, no, they're calling goal kick. This angle here, it looked like it went off the George Brown defender. Just got the heads up from the scorekeepers here. We do have 2 minutes extra time. 44:07 right now, so 2 minutes of extra time to be played. George Brown pushing the ball to the right side. Challenged by number 5, Elisa Prasad. Longsworth just sitting up there. Hey, Brian, she's just...
She wants that hat trick. Did you bring a hat, Jimmy, to throw onto the field?
I don't have a hat.
We're going to need to find some.
Yeah, that's a good call. There, I see one of our varsity ops people has a hat. That's going out the window, Brian. She gets this in, it's going out the window. Ball played across. George Brown challenge. Good challenge by George Brown. Is she going to be able to keep it in? No. Nice play by number 7 of the George Brown Huskies.
But that was a long pass across the field from Taylor Thompson. It's a good thing that George Brown wasn't able to pick that off. They would have had there's only 2 Hawks back on defense right now, so they would have had a good scoring opportunity if they were able to intercept it.
45 minutes. We're into extra time now, folks. So Giannoni with the ball, bringing it up. Side to Mackey. Mackey goes to a spot. Brian, it just goes to a spot, waits there, controls the ball, takes a look, and makes a play. Down the wing. Humber ball. Who do we got? Is that number 12?
Yeah, that's Zanardi.
Zanardi with the ball. You take a look out there, to exception of maybe the height difference, Zanardi and Gutierrez are almost very similar in their styles. So you got to take a look, get the hair out of the way to check out the number.
And they're both yellow. They're both wearing yellow shoes.
George Brown coming down the right side, 30 yards out. Off the Humber player, it'll be a throw-in from about 25 yards out.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Rebecca Alto. She's one of the Hawks veterans, and she just cut the ball off and she forced it so that they only have one place to go, and that's up the line, and then she's able to get the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, second-year Hawk out of Brampton. There are a number of players from the Brampton area. Again, Humber, Etobicoke, bordered by Mississauga, Brampton, and obviously downtown core. Oh, George Brown with the ball in the middle. And George Brown almost had a chance to make the play, but that looks like it was...
That was Giannone, who was heads-up play there to get it out of play, but not for a corner kick.
Interesting here is this is a teaching moment for the captain, Giannone. She took a second there to bring a couple of her players together and have a little chat about that situation there, because someone missed an assignment. George Brown with the ball. Ball's out, coming in the goalie. Nice play. That's the first shot towards the net. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to credit a shot net. Is that the whistle, Brian?
Yeah, that was the whistle, and that's the end of the first half. The Hawks are leading 3-0 with a goal from Julia Zanardi and 2 from Zoe Longsworth in the first half.
Before we cut out for the halftime break, very impressive performance from a number of Hawks today, especially from number 7, Haley Mackey on the wing here, taking the first 7 penalty kicks and then doing something the Hawks were unable to do last year, and that's get some significant air on the ball, get into the box for a potential goal. Anyway, folks, we'll catch up to you in the second half. Welcome back, folks. Just getting ready for second half of action between the George Brown Huskies and your hometown Humber College Hawks. Opening game of the season here for the Hawks. Terrific first half, 3-0 for the Hawks. And really rookie-laden lineup. Sorry, check that. We just had to have a little mic check. Rookie-laden lineup with the Hawks. Goal scorers for the Hawks. Opening the scoring for the Hawks was number 12, Julia Zanardi. And then Zoe Longworth with back-to-back markers. And almost a third in her first OCAA competition. Here the Hawks, again, controlling the ball at midfield. And it looks like they're going to move the ball. What they did in the first half, Brian, is use the entire field. What did you see?
They made some very good passes. They possessed the ball for about 80% of the game, and George Brown really never had a good scoring opportunity.
Here they got a chance to score here, and at the crossbar.
That was number 22, Sonia Sahada. She just missed her first goal as well. She's playing defense, but she came up and hit the crossbar.
Caitlin Bishop with a terrific pass there. She drew a Husky defender to her, released the ball. It was a one-timer for Sonia on that kick.
Yeah, wow, that's a great shot. Just 2 inches too high, because anything a little bit lower would have gone bar down.
That was 30 seconds into the second half.
Yeah, and she's just getting onto the field. She didn't play in the first half, so already a big scoring opportunity for the freshman there, and she's getting the ball back now.
Looks like we've had a number of changes for the Hawks here. Coaches at 3-0 feel they've got the opportunity. Rebecca Spratt just missing. Again, Rebecca, in her freshman debut, has really controlled the game. She has gone from side to side, middle, front, back. She has just been all over the field.
Yeah, I believe that's her 5th shot attempt already, so she's been very aggressive. She actually set up one of Zoe's goals. So she's been all over, been very influential so far in this game.
The Zoe goal that she set up was a tap-in. Even you could have got that, Brian.
I probably would have tripped.
I would have cheered for you anyway, kid. Here we go. Bishop with the ball in the middle. Hawks controlling the middle. The ball is going to go back to the keeper, and she picks it up.
That was a nice pass by Bishop to set up Zanardi, but the George Brown defender was able to box her out, and the pass just ended up going right back to the keeper.
She's been able. His second half, Bishop's been able to man up with the ball and control the ball without any George Brown player attacking from behind. Foul on the Hawks. George Brown with the ball. The first half, Brian, it looked like the field was tilted in favor of the Hawks. So far in the second half, it looks like the field is tilting the other way in favor of the Hawks yet again.
Well, what I've noticed so far is that even though the Hawks have a big lead, they're still getting a lot of pressure on George Brown in their own zone. So they're not going to sit back and just play defense the rest of the game. They're going to attack and be aggressive, and they're going to get everybody an opportunity to score today.
The nice thing about, again, having a 3-0 lead and be able to go to your bench is in the early season as well. I don't think there's going to be any less aggression or any pressure going on. You got fresh legs, and you got legs eager to impress. So I don't think it's the plan of the new girls out there to hold back. Or I think they're gonna keep attacking.
Well, so far I've been very impressed by these freshmen. They've all been playing very well. No one looks like they're overmatched. They all look like they're well coached and know exactly where to be and when. And to me, it looks like they're all playing unselfish soccer and just passing the ball to each other and getting each other into the best positions to score. And that's a good sign. Hopefully that's a good sign for things to come.
Just took a look at that play in the middle. Zanardi and Gutierrez continue to control the middle, Brian. Just dominating the middle on every ball. And again, you take a look, they very similar in stature. And again, they have the same yellow shoes. Sorry about that, folks. We had a little chuckle at halftime. Brian referred to as yellow shoes. So we were trying to get a clarification. Are they cleats? Are they boots? Are
They're
they shoes?
boots. They're boots.
They're
In soccer,
boots.
they're called boots.
There you go.
I got it. I understand. I get it. All right. Anyways, Zanardi's got it with her yellow boots. And she passes it to Spratt.
Spratt 10, 15, 20 yards down the field, still in control, top of the box. Releases to Alicia Prasad. Prasad with a shot. Yeah, oh, ball's free. Bishop challenges. Almost gets a freebie there, Brian.
Yeah, that was a very nice play. Spratt, once again, showing off her very nice footwork. She's been dancing all up and down the floor today.
She's going to steal the ball there.
And then look at all the pressure that she keeps putting on. She's the first girl up there, and she'll always be the first girl back.
Just going to go back to that play on net where Bishop almost took over. I think the rule of thumb here, I think one of the first things you learn in hockey, soccer, any of these sports is you play to the whistle. And there's a shot just wide off the goalie, and it looks like we're going to go for a corner for the Hawks, and we do. We're going to look to our statistician. How many corners is that, our friend? This is number 11 in favor of the Hawks. And who's going to take this corner, Brian?
Oh, it's not a corner. It's a free kick.
Oh, it's a
Wait,
free.
did the goalie not make it safer there?
From looks up here, we're going to look at the replay, and she indeed from here did change the direction of the ball, but throw-in shot by the Hawks and just wide. Just to finish my thought there, Brian, again, players are taught to go to the whistle or go to the stoppage. Bishop almost stole one there because she did just that. Little mishandled the ball, and that can end up in the back of your net. A good ball played by George Brown over the 6-foot Bishop. George Brown over center for the first time this half. Looking to control the ball, and they cannot. Throw in Hawks.
Yeah, once again, once they get it over center, they're turning it over quick. They're not really giving themselves any opportunities for goals, and it's going to be very tough for them to come back from this 3-0 deficit.
So we got Sonia Sahada in for her playing defense on the left side here for her first game with the throw-in. Hawks again, Brian. Again, I can't stress enough. They are utilizing the entire field. Last half they were limited in going to Mackey's side. Now they're going to Mackey's side almost every play. Bishop with control across the Sahada. Cutting in the middle, little fancy footwork. Looks like he's going to play the ball back. You have to love the fact that the patience to reverse the ball and then come up to play in an attack.
So if you're just joining us right now, it's 3-0 for the Humber Hawks. We had 3 goals in the first half, all from freshmen. The first one came from Julia Zanardi, and then we had 2 from Zoe Longsworth to give us a 3-0 score. And right now we're approaching the 53-minute mark in the second half.
Ball's out over near the George Brown bench. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. I'm not sure yet. She's still out there, Rachel Spratt. I'd be pulling for her. She's done everything in here. She's set up. She's controlled. She's had shots. At some point there, I'm sure the coaches are going to give her a breather, but I sure like to see her get her first goal. As I mentioned earlier, she scored her first college goal in a preseason game 5 minutes in, which was the winner in a Humber exhibition game against Conestoga. There's a shot from number 5, Lisa Prasad, picked up. We're going to go again. We're going to go to our statistician here, looking at the shots on goal for Humber. The Hawks have had 23 shots now.
Shot attempts.
Has 23 shot attempts, and I don't
12 on goal.
And 11 on goal. So they've certainly dominated the play. Again, we're going to go back to our statistician. What does George Brown Huskies have? George Brown Husky has 1 shot on net at this point. So the Hawk keeper, Vanessa Fiore, has not been tested, but very active in the Hawk net, Brian. She's coming out 20, 30 yards to join the play a little bit just to ensure that there's no breaks defensively.
Yeah, if the game keeps going the way it is, it might be the easiest clean sheet she's ever had.
Yeah, and you know what? Your freshman, if you can put up a 0 here, it's just going to bode well for the season as they move on. Hawks up the left side of the sheet here. Again, that's Sonia Sahada with the ball. Reversing it back to Vicky Ayers. Alexandriana, the captain of the team. Again, the quarterback. And along with Rebecca Spratt, certainly the senior players on the Hawk team. We're looking at 55 minutes in, and the Hawks in control. Mackey with the big leg cuts through. Couple players playing to Spratt. Spratt with a cross. Challenge. Sahada.
Sahada's been absolutely everywhere since she came on to start the second half. She's already had a shot hit the crossbar. She's stolen three passes already, and she's playing defense, but you can't really tell because she's been attacking so far.
That's right, Brian. She actually hit the crossbar a few minutes ago on a great feed from Bishop.
Yeah, so 10 minutes in the second half, she's been very aggressive, and you can't even tell that she's playing defense. She's been attacking more than some of our forward so far.
George Brown with the throw in about 20 yards out, trying to control the ball. Great defense by the Hawks yet again. This is the first time that George Brown this half has actually had control of the ball within the Humber side. The one thing I am impressed with as well with the Hawks is up 3-0. Even on back on defense, even on the George Brown side, they worked hard to get all the way back into play, forcing George Brown to make the long ball across the middle.
So even though George Brown has the ball, Humber's still being aggressive. They want to keep scoring. I don't think they're satisfied with a 3-0 lead.
Ball's down the left side. It's going to be George Brown throwing around 20 yards out from the net.
I think maybe the way last season ended, the Humber coaching staff wants to put the league on notice that they're back and they're ready to win another division.
You know what, Brian? If you take a look at that playoff game where they were unable to score and basically, really unable to generate a lot of scoring chances, I think they're going to go from all 90 minutes in trying to put themselves in a position to have offensive chances. That's a nice pass up the middle of the Bishop. Bishop about 30 yards. Oh, I think she thought she had Rachel Spratt, but unable to get ball to the right side. Keeper for George Brown. Bishop with pressure. She's been doing that all game, Brian.
Those are two good outlet passes. It looked like...
stolen by Spratt.
Oh, Spratt's... I told you, she's been aggressive all day, just stealing balls.
She was...
she really wants that first goal.
She was just a step away from a breakaway there.
She's done everything but score a goal today, so it would be nice to see her put one in the back of the net before the ref blows a whistle at the 90-minute mark.
Interesting. The Humber keeper's about 30 yards out, shouting out instructions. She's got a good visual of the entire field, so the Hawks spread the ball from the right side all the way over to the left side. Oh, it looks like a foul, and it is a foul just outside the box.
Who's trying to take the free kick here?
Or is it a free kick or is it a corner? They're trying to find what the referee's looking at. Looks like it could be a throw-in from the corner.
Oh, I thought it was a free kick.
Yeah, you might be right, Brian. Yep, it looks like it. Who's taking it, Brian?
It's Mackey.
It's Mackey.
Her 8th one so far. Taylor Thompson took a few near the end of the first half, but it was Mackey, mostly Mackey.
From this side, this is where Mackey's has been outstanding. She's been able with her right foot, being able to get the ball in the air. Not quite the air she wanted. And the ball is going to, she's going to play it in the middle.
Bishop.
Ball by Bishop, header.
Just wide.
Just wide.
Well, it's good because a lot of those corners that Mackey was taking previously, Bishop wasn't in there. She was off taking a breather. So I'm just curious to see how they're going to use her because if she can get up there, no one's going to be able to out-jump. Challenge her for those headers. And I feel like Humber would be able to score a bunch of goals like that.
This is interesting. It's like the first half. They're not giving that little outlet pass off the free goal kick. They're forcing them to put the ball in the middle. No, they're going to go to the side. Pressure by Bishop right away. Hawks are just pressuring every ball. Number 5, Alicia Prasad on the ball. And it's going to go back to a goal kick here. Hawks are forcing George Brown to go up the middle with the ball without the keeper having a strong leg. And with the play of Zanardi and Gutierrez, any ball up the middle, the Hawks have been able to control, take away, and then come forward. Ball up the middle again. Zanardi with the challenge. Nice play by George Brown players, and they're up over center. Down the middle, and ball's out of play. Hawk throw in.
So we just passed the 60-minute mark, and the Hawks lead 3-0 over George Brown.
Seems to be cooling down a little bit. I'm sure it's hot in the field. Brian had a great point earlier, is that we're about 40 feet up in the booth here on the field, as it is with any turf field. You're probably talking 10 to 15 degrees hotter. So I'm sure the first half took a lot out of the George Brown players. They do have a short bench today.
Yeah, very short bench. Looks like they only have 3 or 4 student athletes ready to
Breaking through, terrific play by number 21, Emily Tirabassi. Spratt with the right foot wide to Prasad. Sonia Sahada with the ball. She's breaking in. She's in the box. A pass, and there's a goal. Terrific goal. Was that Spratt?
No, that looks like Sahada's going to get the goal because her pass to Spratt went off the goalie and into the net. You just watch a replay here, Jimmy.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
Sonata's got the ball. She's going to bring it up the left side. Her pass goes off the goalie and into the net. Spratt doesn't touch it. So Sonata's going to record her goal, her first goal in the OCAA. So far, all 4 goals have come from freshmen. 1 from Zanardi, 1 from Zahada, and 2 from Longsworth.
Brian, for our first game in the booth together, I got to give you a lot of credit there. You're talking about Zahada as a defender, coming up the left side consistently, hitting the crossbar. She's rewarded with a goal.
Yeah, she's been very aggressive. She wasn't trying to score a goal there, but she got a lucky bounce off the keeper's foot that put it back into the net.
As much as Spratt didn't get the goal, you can tell they're going to come off. And Spratt with the ball, 30 yards out, little nice spin. Ball shot from off. No, I thought it was George Brown player, but it's the goalie kick.
Yeah, there's a left-footed shot by Prasad, which was once again set up by Spratt. So she's been everywhere. I don't think that ball would have gone in because the goalie was distracted by Spratt, and so she was trying to cut off the pass, and then she misplayed it and went into her own net. So Spratt once again have an effect on every play that she's involved in.
Brian, we're going to have a little chat with the selection committee for the player of the game today because there's a lot of choices out here. You got a goal with a player in Longsworth, their first 2 goals. You've got Spratt that just dominated every aspect of the game. 2 players in the middle, Gutierrez and the goal scorer Zanardi have been terrific. Got to give a shout out to Mack. Here's another try for Spratt fighting for the ball. Number 21, Emily Tirabassi, has been really aggressive in the middle since she's come into play.
I think every Humber Hawk right now has been very impressive in this game 1.
They got another shot here. Shot from outside and saved by the goalie. We're looking at a corner kick, another corner kick for the Hawks.
That was off the foot of Zanardi once again. So she's showing off her leg strength. She's hit a couple nice balls today.
You got to like that. You know, as any sport, you got to, same as basketball, you got 3-point shooters, you got your post players. But the Hawks look like they got a couple heavy legs out, a little bit out deeper to be able to keep the defense honest. Hawks with control off the corner. Looks like it's going to be a cross. Spratt, pass in the middle, and 2 Humber Hawks. Great save by the keeper. Let's give her credit for that. She challenged 2 Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like Spratt passed the ball to Mackey, and they just couldn't get it in. There's another great goal scoring
Oh,
opportunity.
nice play by George Brown. They could have a break here. Ball's at the middle and a little too far. Again, the Humber goalie takes it to the turf.
Well, Janone, she got beat there by the George Brown forward, but she was able to make up speed, and she was right on her tail and forced that pass that went long right to the keeper. So even though she made a mistake there, she made up for it. And
look at Spratt go, Brian. I'm sorry,
attack.
but look at this. This is just ridiculous.
someone's
Her
impressed
skill
there.
level. So Hawks controlling the ball. Again, there we go. There's Sahada again down with the ball here inside the 30. Taking a look. Ball's up to the middle. Spratt, again, takes the ball away again.
I think the coaching staff messed up when they said that Sahada was plays defense.
Oh, Spratt with a great play. And it's a shot. Oh, Spratt steals the ball inside the box. Another shot by the Hawks and just wide.
Taylor Thompson just missing out on her first Humber goal, just a little bit wide.
This is a great effort by the Humber Hawks so far here. You take a look at the shots on goal, the shots toward goal. They could certainly be up more than the 4-0 that's on the board at this point. Trying to take a look, board. We're just hitting the 66-minute mark here. And again, it's been all Humber Hawks. Challenged by number 12, Julia Sonardi. George Brown with the ball coming up the right side. Nice ball. One of the best plays at George Brown. Number 19 in the middle. Kick in. George Brown's got a shot and just wide.
Goes wide. Wow.
That was not only the best chance for George Brown to score, Brian. That was legitimate chance to score. That was a terrific play from the wing, getting the ball to the middle in a terrific strike attempt by number 4.
Yeah, we're just watching the replay here, and she just chips it over. Fiore, but it just goes a little bit wide, and that was a very legitimate chance.
Looks like we are having a change here with a new keeper coming in. Fiore in her first college game, Brian, puts up a 0 and just a great play. Going to go back to Fiore here on that play, Brian. She could have stayed back in her net, but being the strong keeper she is, she challenged the ball. If she stayed back, that certainly would have been a better opportunity for the visitors to score.
So coming in for Vanessa Fiore is another freshman out of Mississauga, Taylor Sitzma. She's a freshman, 5'9", so she's a little bit taller than Fiore. So let's see if she can continue to keep this clean sheet alive for Humber Hawks.
Humber Hawks goalies lead the league in colors, or bright colors, going from a lime green to a bright pink here for the Humber Hawk keepers.
Oh, nice.
Here we go,
pass there,
Spratt. Spratt's coming down. She's in the box on the left side. Across. Nice play. Humber still has a chance. Gutierrez over the net.
That was a nice play by Spratt. She was looking to pass the ball to Fatima Fuentes Martinez, who's in her second year with the Humber Hawks, and trying to push the score to 5-0 as we approach the 69-minute mark here in the game between Humber Hawks and George Brown Huskies.
Ball's coming up the left side for the Huskies. Humber's playing it back, and it looks like they're going to go all the way back to the key. Nope. Gioni turns, and the Hawks are going to bring it up the left side, going right to left from here in the booth. Nice play there. There she is again, Brian. Sonia Sahada down around the 15-yard line.
She has
Looks like she
all
wants
over
the ball
place.
back. No, it's a cross. Almost a handball. Number 7, Mackey. A lot of pressure going on here. It doesn't look like, Brian, doesn't look like Zoe Longworth is going to get a shot at that hat trick. Looks like she's booked it for the day. Oh, nice play by George Brown. Little chip ahead. Little 4-on-2. Ball's in the middle. First chance for the Humber keeper to play the ball cleanly. Nice job.
Looked like a clearance pass by George Brown. They're trying to set up the forward, but she wasn't able to to reach it in time.
Hawks up the right side, close to the George Brown bench. It's in the middle to Gutierrez. Back, and here they go all the way across. Skill level of this team is top notch, Brian, and looks like their soccer beyond their soccer skill, their mentality, their approach to the game is outstanding as well. Another ball all the way across. If this gets through, it does. Ball up to 21. Emily Tirabassi. Ball into the box. Free ball's been played. George Brown forced to kick it out, and it looks like it is going to be a goal kick. We just hit 70 minutes, Brian.
20 minutes left. It's 4-0 right now for Humber over George Brown. We've seen goals from Julia Zanardi, 2 from Zoe Longsworth, and 1 from Sonia Zahada. They're all freshmen, all scoring their first OCAA goals today.
Just funny, Brian. Just taking a look here as they're bringing the ball. There's Sonia Zahada back at the 50 on the.
So she does play defense.
She does play defense. It's pretty funny here to see her back here. But you know what? If you can control the play and get involved without putting your team in trouble, then you go for it. And she was rewarded with a real nice goal. Hawks coming up. Spratt looking off her arm, and the referee's going to let the play go on. George Brown in control. George Brown, ball in the middle. Looks like we have a foul on the Hawks. George Brown with a free kick from about 50 yards out. The entire George Brown team moving up, Brian. I think they only have one choice here now, down 4-0.
Less than 20 minutes left. Yeah, they got to press hard because it's going to be tough to come back. It's going to be tough for them just to score a goal, not to mention
Look
4.
at that footwork by Gutierrez. Just left to right. Move the ball, and they're going to come up the left side again. Looks like Sahada. She's moving the ball up to Lisa Prasad. Prasad looking for Spratt. Spratt's in the box. Looking for number 1. Great turn.
Wow.
She's got a shot, and she goes for the far side and just misses.
She danced around 2 defenders there, came up and just kicked it wide, but what a play. Her footwork is exceptional.
She's got her hands on her hips there,
Watch
Brian.
this replay here, Jim. I just missed this. She turns and spins away from 2 defenders. There's nothing they can do about it.
Here they go, Hawks with the ball again. They're just outside the 18. Now they're in. Oh, just a nice play. I'm trying. Is that number 9?
Yeah, that's Fuentes Martinez.
With a nice play. And I like to compete here. She loses the ball and she challenges well. Oh, Hawks steal the ball. Nice play there. He got the ball in the box to Martinez. And ball's coming all the way here to the right side. George Brown with control. Nice play by George Brown with a give and go. But Hawks move up and take the ball away. Who's that, Brian? I'm looking for a number there.
That's number 8, Vicky Aries.
With a nice play. Heads up play moving up and taking the middle away from him. Sahada challenging. Oh, she misses the play there, but assisted by her teammates.
She's very fast, so maybe that's why we've seen her play both defense and offense, because she gets back. She's got lots of soccer sense, and she knows where to be.
The Hawks working the ball up the right side of the field in front of the George Brown bench. Ball's back to Michaela Zabalas. And all the way back over. A little bit of a misplay, miscommunication there. But the Hawks challenge and win the ball in the middle. Again, that's Emily Tirabassi, who's had an exceptional second half in the middle. Hawks bringing it up. George Brown just keeps falling back on defense there. You would think, being down 4-0, they would challenge to bring the ball up. Humber moves the ball back, and that is Michaela Zabalas controlling the ball. Bring the ball up, and Hawks spread out. Looks like they're going to bring the ball all the way across. They forced the George Brown team to go east-west probably 30 or 40 times already. Just to be able to control the ball forces. It's all about fitness here. The Humber Hawks are forcing George Brown.
Some nice footwork there by Gutierrez, But yeah, to go back what you were saying there, Jimmy, they're making them run. When they have a bigger squad, it's easy to outwork the other team because they got to conserve energy, but everyone on the Humber team knows they don't need to because they have a big bench and they can take breathers.
I'm just going to stop here as they're going to get the ball. Taking a look to the left and to the right of us, we've got the George Brown Huskies already winners of a 3-1 win over the Tough Niagara team, playing the Humber Hawks at 6:30, and the Humber Hawks defending CCAA national champions and winning 3 of the last 4 national championships. A very, very veteran-laden team coming back, including adding probably one of the top players in the history of OCAA soccer, national soccer. Marcos Nunes returns to the team. And Marcos, it is last time. Here's a play for George Brown. Great play by the Humber keeper. Again, Nunes in his last appearance for Hawks 3 years ago, led the Hawks to a national championship and was the MVP of the Nationals. So we have a big game coming up 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game.
Only 15 minutes remaining in this match. And there we see Sahada. So she is playing defense, but we've seen her mostly in the George Brown zone. Well, she's already scored a goal and hit one off the crossbar.
Well, that's easy because the play has been mostly in the George Brown end. So
touche.
So she certainly has been joined the rush. If you want to put this in hockey terms, you get a defenseman join the rush. It's odd man rushes every time. You got a chance of making something special happen. Ball's out in front of the George Brown bench, and it'll be a throw-in for the Huskies. We have the substitution here for the Huskies. You think Humber's going to be looking at any subs at this point, Brian, with less than 20 minutes to go?
I think so. They've already made a bunch of subs so far for the second half, and I think they're going to get some of their players from the first half, like Sprague, Gutierrez. They're still on the field right now, so we'll see. Hopefully they make some subs. Conserve some energy and get some of the other freshmen in there. Get their.
But you know what, Brian?
One
thing I do like what the coaches have done here is the fact that they've kept Gioni out there, because here is a veteran, a leader of this team. By keeping her out there and playing her defensive position, she's able to, help, lead, teach, direct these freshman girls.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense because there's only a few veterans left on this team, but you can't really tell from watching them play game one. All the girls seem to be in the right spot at the right time, and everyone looks like they've been playing together for a while now, so that's a big thing. Hopefully Humber can continue it into the season.
There's Sahada again with the throw-in. How many times do we said her name in the second half?
It's like she's been touching her and Gutierrez have been touching the ball, and basically
look at Gutierrez with her footwork there.
And her yellow boots.
Sorry, folks. We've been having a little fun with the yellow boots today.
So we've just hit the 78-minute mark, so less than 12 minutes left in the game. And the Humber's got a secure 4-0 lead over George Brown. And we've seen 4 goals from 3 freshmen so far. Zoe Longworth picking up 2 goals for herself.
Gutierrez in with taking the ball. Look at this footwork around 3 players. Shot from the outside.
She looks like she's playing a video game.
It looks like we have a foul.
She's got a free kick here for Gutierrez.
We've seen a lot of real special things from this team, from corners that they've got air under them, the ability to pass the ball, to defend. Let's see, this is another key part of all soccer games. Let's see what they can do with a free kick just outside the 18, Brian.
I'm very impressed so far by Spratt and Gutierrez. Their footwork, it's exceptional.
Let's see if...
the free kick here is going to be taken by Taylor Thompson.
Thompson had the big leg. She took over for Mackey kicking those corners, so it's an opportunity for Thompson to display that big leg right here. And we're getting ready. The referee blows, and here's the shot. And it is controlled by Humber and just,
It was a little bit low,
I
but
think
Thompson's able to get the ball back.
Thompson fights through. Kick from there. Oh, here's the ball for Spratt. Spratt heads it. Oh, and just misses.
She just can't put one away. She looks like she's limping. Hopefully she's okay. Oh, she's coming off now, which is good.
Yeah, let's, I think there should be a big hand for Spratt here. She has been
She had a great OCAA debut.
no goals, but you know what? She's done everything. Who we got coming? This is Bishop.
Caitlin Bishop's coming back on.
And here's another player who, if you want someone to get a goal, you'd like to see her get one because she's done so many things well. Challenges the ball right off the bat.
That's what has been very impressive for Humber so far is the way they've been able to pressure George Brown all over the pitch.
Look at Bishop. She's coming back 20 yards, trying to get the ball there. George Brown moves the ball up, a long ball up the side, but Hawks rebut that attack. Ball's out. It looks, the referees have it in play. George Brown. Looks like they stopped. People, I think they thought it's going to be out of bounds. And look at this footwork again by Gutierrez. Here's your favorite player, Brian, Mrs. Sahada here. Miss Sahada moving the ball up. Little jag. Ball in the middle. What a great pass for Bishop. Bishop with a turn. Ball's in the middle. George Brown, keeper, elects not to kick the ball. She wasn't able to display much of a strong leg early in the game, so I think she feels more comfortable putting ball. Stolen by the Hawks. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 George Brown players pushing up, so they're certainly looking to at least break the goose egg here.
The Hawks get called for offside, so as we approach the 82nd minute, right now it's 4-0 Humber over George Brown. So far they've outshot George Brown 15-2.
As much as outshot George Brown did have a pretty legitimate chance to score. Terrific attack. I'd give them all the credit in the world. But the Hawk keeper, at that point, it was Fiore. She certainly read the play and forced the young Husky player to chip the ball wide.
Yeah, it was a good play. She was aggressive, and she forced George Brown's hand, and they weren't able to capitalize on their scoring opportunity.
So here's George Brown. They're just waiting for the kicks. Kick right up the middle. The Humbers controlled all that, and they do the exact same here. The ball's in the middle. Bishop's got the ball. Control. Ball. It's another offside call. Close call. The Hawks being continued. There's not 8 minutes to go, Brian. They're being aggressive. What is that?
Martinez was in there looking to get her first goal of the season, but she was flagged for offside.
Their ball again. They kick the ball. Humber controls the ball in the middle. And lose possession. George Brown bringing the ball up at about their own 30-yard line. Playing the ball back. Nice control by George Brown right now. Into the middle, number 17, and they're having an attack going here. But Humber stops that. Ball up. Control. They're looking for control. Unable to control the ball, but George Brown as well. Throw in Hawks. And we have Sonia Sahada with the throw-in. Nice ball to Bishop. Bishop all the way across to number 17, Rebecca Alto. Alto, again, one of the few veterans in this Hawk lineup. In the middle, nice give and go. Hawks control. Bishop right there, just turned right when she could have turned left.
She just missed a chance there on a through ball. Just a little bit higher than she was able to get her leg up.
Well, we're working this down now. We've got about 7 minutes to go plus any injury time, but I don't think I've seen anybody go down or really any cause for extra time at this point. I'm sure there will be, but we have not anything of significance. Hawks lead 4-0. Opening game, OCAA Central Division Women's Soccer season. Ball's over on the sideline, right at center field for George Brown for a throw. Another substitution for the Huskies. Humber controls. It looks like they're going to play back to their keeper, and they do. Control it cleanly.
That's Taylor Sitzma. She's playing in net for the second half for Humber. She's making her OCAA debut for the Hawks.
You seem to be saying that a lot today, Brian.
Yeah, it's almost every
Look at this ball.
every Hawk out there is a freshman.
And they're controlling the game. Here comes Sahada again up the left wing. Again, really nice play. See if she's going to get the ball in the air in the middle. Bishop with a little touch.
Oh, that was nice.
George Brown countering. Coming up, it looks like it's 3-on-3. Humber stops. Number 3, Michaela Zabelis with a nice play. Humber through the middle. Trying to get in the box. George Brown challenges around the 35 to take control of the ball.
So we've just passed the 85-minute mark, so less than 5 minutes left in this match, and the Hawks are up 4-0.
For those who are interested in everything Hawks, our next broadcast after tonight's men's soccer game will be on Saturday at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock as the women's softball team will be taking on the Mohawk Mountaineers in their home opener at Wildwood Park. Please join us for the broadcast. If you're unable to, absolutely take a look online after and watch the game at your convenience. Again, bring that back up, Brian. I don't know if our fans know that these games will be archived and on YouTube as well.
Yeah, about 40 minutes after each game's been played, they're archived and they can be found on our YouTube page or by looking at the schedule on each team page on Humber Hawks. All the photos, articles, and videos related to each game are linked right on the page there.
So for the moms and dads that are in the crowd, certainly can go home and watch the outstanding performance by the Hawks. For those who are out there watching the game right now, if there's something you missed or you want to pick up one of Zoe Longworth's incredible goals, especially the one set up by Spratt, have an opportunity but offside. Certainly go back tonight and catch review the game on your own time. Again, on our YouTube site, catch the game in its entirety.
We've just been informed that there's going to be 2 minutes of extra time.
And right now, if we're looking at the clock, we are just hitting the 87 minutes. So, folks, 5 more minutes of opening game women's soccer. Hawks again in control. It's been very few times that George Brown has had the ball over the middle, and Brian threw it a number about 80%. It may even be more, a little bit more than that this second half, Brian. I think George Brown, given the short bench and Humber's ability to run out 20 girls out there, I think the fitness comes into play here as well.
I think Sonia Sahada's had 80% of possession in this second half alone.
She's got her hands on her knees.
Place, yeah. She's a little tired. Again, it's understandable. She's been absolutely everywhere.
I think she's telling the coach 2 things. One is that
I need water.
There you go. I think one is that, you know what, I'm going to earn some playing time. And the second is I want to play.
Well, she wants to play forward.
There you go. She's been the most offensively minded defender I think I've seen in recent Hawk history, both men and women.
Yeah, if they didn't have her listed here as defense, you would have no idea that she was.
But she's made some plays back on defense as well.
Yeah, she's been on both sides of the pitch. Wherever the ball is, she seems to be.
Humber ball in front of net, plays all the way back to the Humber keeper, Sitzma. Sitzma pulls the ball to the right. It looks like the Hawks are going to be content just to control the rest of the way.
There's only 3.5 minutes left in this match. Hawks are up 4-0 over George Brown.
Again, they're going up the right side of the field, going right to left on our from our booth here. Hawks in control. I'm just trying to see if there's any starters out there right now, Brian, from the beginning of the game.
Gutierrez is still out there.
Yeah, there she is in the middle.
Bishop's out there. She started the game as well.
Yeah, she had a couple little breaks here. Nice play. Wow, she has got such a big player, Brian, that she can control. We're looking at the play here. It looks like we've got another. Is that an offside call? Yeah, tight offside call against the Hawks. Shots on goal, 15-2. Score 4-0 Humber Hawks.
I think Alicia Prasad was out there. She started the game out there? Number 5?
Number 5. I do believe I remember seeing her in the game. Here's the shot for the Hawks. It is up, and it is. Oh, nice play by the keeper.
Did she cross the line?
No.
No, they're not saying.
No, nice
They
play by
brought
the
her
keeper.
deep into her net, so I thought maybe there's a chance that she crossed the line, but
It looks
we're
like
just looking at the replay.
she had her heels on the. Take a look here. See if she had her heels on the. No, I think she kept the
right
ball.
on the line there. She kept it out.
Yeah, she kept
Nice
the ball.
play.
She is, although they scored 4 goals on her, she's played very well today. She's challenged the Hawks on the balls that were in the box, and she's been able to control that. So she's her game has improved immensely from the opening. George Brown with the ball here. We are in extra time, folks. Extra time.
Less
Hawks.
than 2 minutes left in this match. Hawks are up 4-0.
Hawks challenging. We're going to hopefully be able to get you the player of the game. We're just waiting on that call here. Hopefully we can report that to you before our broadcast end for the women's game. A little bit of a foul there, but referee says play on. Gutierrez again.
Who's player of the game?
So we're just working on this here. Who's our... just looking for our play of the game here. Did we get it, Brian?
Yeah, we were just informed by SAA that the player of the game is going to be Stephanie Gutierrez. She didn't score a goal, but she's been all over the pitch. She's been involved in mostly every play.
Midfielders like the quarterback, Brian. She controls the entire game, distributes, controls. George Brown with a run down the right side.
Wow, great defensive play by
Hawks
Vicky
back.
Aries.
She's got to play with her foot. Ooh, almost kicks it right into the George Brown pair. Let's go back to Gutierrez. Just an outstanding game. Everything is generated from the middle. Although I'm thinking there's 4 or 5 players out there, Brian, that earn the right to be in that conversation.
Yeah, I feel bad for whoever had to make that decision because Zanardi opened the game with a goal. Spratt's been all over the place.
Longsworth's got 2 goals.
Yeah,
Oh, here's
Longsworth got 2
Bishop.
goals.
Bishop's looking for her first goal down the wing. Throws the ball across. A little quick with that pass. And there's the final whistle. Take us home, Brian.
And with that whistle, the game's over, and the Hawks win 4-0 over George Brown. We saw an early goal from Julia Zanardi, and then 2 goals from Zoe Longsworth. At half, it was 3-0, and then in the second half, Sonia Sahada came on, and she scored a goal, and that made it 4-0. And the Hawks outscored the Huskies 16-2.
Outshot the Huskies 16, yep.
Yeah, is that not what he said? I don't know. Anyways, so now the men's team will play following this game in about 20 minutes.
I think it's a 30-minute break, but
30-minute break in
we'll be
between.
back in for 30, and we'll be back here in Humber Hawks TV. Thanks, folks. Have a good night.